Valentine's Day. The day happy couples spend their hard-earned money on chocolates and flowers, while the rest of us get a yearly reminder just of how single we are.
Oh, look at us, we're in love and happy and not dead inside. Get both of you.
And honestly, every Valentine's Day just takes me back to one of the worst school days I ever had, which pretty much killed any excitement for the holiday. I mean that, and I'm single, so it doesn't even really matter all that much to me anyway.
Because I'm feeling a little like a sixth, seventh wheel. I mean, so where's the rest of the team? Like, you know, Cassie?
Oh, she's in Gotham trying to salvage things with Tim.
I gotta get a girlfriend.
Anyway, let's get on with the story. So back in 8th grade, I had a huge crush on this girl. Let's call her Myra. She was Caucasian, light brown hair, green eyes, the whole popular girl in the soccer team package. And when I say I was hooked on her, I mean I was hooked. Like brain short-circuited, heart doing backflips. Every time she was near me, I forgot how to talk. Hooked.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir.
Quick side note, I actually first met her in my 2nd year of elementary school. How do I remember that? I don't really know, it's just a key memory for me. I didn't do anything about those feelings because, you know, I was in 2nd grade. I didn't really know what to do with those feelings for having a crush. All I knew was that she was pretty and I liked her. And that was basically the whole depth of my childhood brain. With that being said though, I have liked this girl for a long time. But for some odd reason this year, something snapped. I don't know if it was puberty, confidence, or just straight up delusion, but I was determined to spark some kind of relationship with this girl. Or at least, you know, attempt to. So it was February, and Valentine's Day was creeping up on us once again. Our middle school loved doing something for the holiday. Whether it was a Valentine's Day dance, like I mentioned in a previous video, or some other event designed to humiliate single ones. Every year they had something cooked up. This year, the school decided to go all in on the Valentine's Day spirit. They set up this thing where you could buy a rose and attach a little tag or a note to it, so when your Valentine got it, they'd see exactly who it was from. Plus whatever cheesy, heartfelt, or just downright embarrassing message you wanted to write. Totally optional, but also the perfect setup for middle school chaos. Knowing this, I started developing my master plan, channeling my inner Tony Stark, to give Myra a rose and hopefully win her over. But here's the thing.
Say that again?
I didn't want to just mysteriously hand her over a rose and call it a day. I wanted it to feel special. So before the roses even went on sale, I came up with the brilliant idea. I'd actually talked to Myra first, to try to spark something, you know? Build up a little game, you know? Build a connection before dropping a romantic bomb. There was only one problem. I can never do it!
Are you serious right now, bro?
Every time I thought about talking to her, my nerves just got the better of me and launched me into straight silence mode. My quote-unquote master plan basically just turned into me staring at her from across the hallway like an NPC. I'm not going to bore you all with the details, but long story short, I had about a whole 2 weeks to talk to her before the roses went on sale. And I managed to talk to her once. Just once. And the conversation went exactly like this.
Hi.
Okay. 2 weeks of mental preparation, all for a conversation that was more awkward than staring at the settings of your phone at a party. I should say though that we did have small interactions like this a handful of times before I even thought of this idea. Nothing major, just tiny awkward exchanges that lasted about 3 seconds each. And every single time I'd walk away, I'd be beating myself up. Mainly because I actually wanted to have a conversation with this girl, like a real one, with sentences and a flow, and maybe even eye contact. But nope, every attempt ended with me sounding like a malfunctioning NPC, and then replaying it in my head for the rest of the day like I just ruined my entire life. So fast forward 2 weeks later, the roses finally became available. I had every intention of getting her one, but I was still stressing over whether I should put my name on it. Because if I did, it means that she would know, if she didn't know already. Plus all of her popular gossipy friends would know, and the entire school. I thought about it for a while because on one hand, I really didn't want to put my name on it because I knew that it would basically be an express ticket to Embarrassment City. Like the moment she saw my name, her whole squad of popular gossipy friends would know too. And suddenly my crush would become public information. But on the other hand, I didn't want to send her a rose with no name on it. I mean, she was one of the prettiest girls in school. I'm sure I wasn't the only guy who had a crush on her. If I didn't put my name on it, it could have belonged to anyone. Some random dude could have gotten credit for my rose, my romantic gesture. She could have been walking the halls with the wrong man, like heck no.
Oh, hell no!
So with that in mind, I made the decision to put my name on it, ultimately sealing my fate. My school had the roses set up in the gym during breakfast hours, so the second I got to school, I marched in there and bought one. And guess how much they were? A whole $20.
What? Oh, hell no! That's hell no!
And it was another $5 just to put my gosh darn name on it. So that's $25. Not for 5 of them, not for a dozen, not even for a cute little bundle. One single rose, $25. That was my entire allowance too. I mean, I knew the school needed money, but gosh darn. At this point, they were running a Valentine's Day scam. But my love for this girl was too great. I bought the rose with my name tagged to it, and at that point, all I could do was wait. I remember being so excited, but yet absolutely terrified because, you know, I possibly just ruined my entire last year of middle school. I mean, I wasn't known for anything in school. I had no reputation, no legacy, no nothing. I got nothing. But if this didn't work out, oh, I knew exactly who I'd be remembered as. That kid who thought he could win a girl over with an overpriced rose. Like, I did not want to be known for that. At the same time, though, I thought about the possibility of her taking it rather well. Myra seeing the rose and just knowing that I spent my hard-earned money on it, she might find it sweet. And she might actually want to talk to me more, because before, she really had no reason to talk to me. But now she does. So thinking about it, I hope for the best. Next day I went to school, the roses were officially sent out. There was no turning back now. My fate had been sealed. They handed them out during first period, and of course, Myra and I didn't share the first class, so I didn't get to see her reaction, which honestly, in hindsight, thank God. But I knew she had gotten the rose. My $25 investment was now in her hands. When first period had ended, I headed over to my locker to grab my books for the second period, trying to act normal even though my heart was doing parkour in my chest. Call him Dom because he like family. Came sprinting at me like he was the Flash, delivering a dire message from the future. He asked me if I had bought a rose for Myra, and I was like,
Yeah.
And I'll never forget what he said next. He just looked at me with this hopeless, defeated expression and just went,
Oh no, bro. Oh no, bro.
like Muscle Man. When he said that, I was confused out of my mind. I asked him what was wrong. And as soon as he started explaining to me, class had begun, the bell had rung, so he had to skedaddle. I had no clue what he was going to say, but all I knew is that it was bad news. Once again, I was confused, nervous, because my next class was with Myra.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
So I walked into second period, and the first thing I saw was Myra looking dead at me. We made full eye contact for what felt like 5 minutes straight, but in reality it was probably 5 seconds. The whole class, I remember just hearing Myra and her friends giggle behind me. And the sad part is, I knew it was about me. I knew it. Who else could it have been about? I kept trying to gaslight myself into believing that they were laughing at something else. Maybe it was some joke that they told. Maybe it was the teacher that said something stupid. I don't know anything. Because it was impossible to tell if it was that harmless middle school girl giggle or the "we're absolutely making fun of you" giggle. And sitting there not knowing which one of it was absolute torture. Anyway, fast forward to the end of class, I wanted to talk to Myra, or at least pretend like I had the courage to. So I put on my alpha male big boy pants and walked up to her and said hi. She said hi back, but not like last time. The tone was way off. And before I could even process it, she just turned around and walked away. No smile, no small talk, no nothing. That's when I knew I had messed up. But the crazy thing is, that was even the worst part. Believe me, it gets much worse. At lunch, right, I grabbed my food and I spotted something in the cafeteria trash can that caught my attention. A rose. A whole rose with a name tag on it. Now, who could have been cruel enough to throw away a rose that someone spent $25 on? Surely not my crush Myra, I'll tell you that. I mean, come on. The cafeteria trash can is where terrible food and occasional emergency throw-up goes. Not a beautiful, innocent rose with a name tag on it. Right?
Wrong.
That is absolutely
Wrong.
proved over and over again.
Wrong.
But there it was, sitting in the trash can with all the rest of the junk. I took a closer look at it, and then it hit me. This wasn't just any rose. It was my rose. The tag said from me to Myra as clear as day, which meant only one thing. She had thrown it away.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
The moment I realized that, I just felt my heart just drop straight to my stomach. Like all the excitement, all the hope, all the planning, gone in a glance at a cafeteria trash can. I was hurt. Not because she didn't like me back. I had already caught on to that part. What really stung was the fact that she threw away a rose I actually spent money on. Real money. My money. I could have bought a video game, saved up for some new clothes. I could have gotten literally anything else. But no, I chose to spend it on her. And what did she do with it? She threw it away. Just straight into the cafeteria trash can like it was yesterday's mystery meat. At the time, I honestly thought that was the biggest heartbreak I had ever experienced. I felt like Vegeta after losing to Goku, sad and defeated. I had made a complete fool of myself. And to make things even worse, a lot of people knew about the whole situation. A lot of people saw the rose in the trash can, and just my friends knew the whole situation in general. So this was definitely public information. What can I say? The word spread fast. Middle school gossip travels at the speed of light. I was super embarrassed. Like I wanted to transfer schools and start over. I remember getting home and just collapsing into my usual coping routine. Binge watching regular show for hours and blasting sad playlist music like I was going through a midlife crisis at age 13. Those were the only things that made me feel even a little better after what had happened that day. Funny enough, after that day of school, I never talked to Myra again. I mean, why would I? She obviously wanted nothing to do with me. So after all that, so did I. I didn't want anything to do with her. I know it may sound petty, but I didn't care at the time. She broke my heart, man. And I found out that day she was just like the rest of the popular girls at the school. Heartless. Looking back at it now, yeah, I was definitely naive for thinking I had a real shot with this girl. But still, she didn't have to throw the rose away. Honestly, she could have just kept it. Or if that was too much, she could have at least have given it back to me or tossed it in her own trash can at her own home. But the cafeteria trash can, a place where mystery meat, soggy pizza, and throw up go, that felt extra. Like unnecessarily extra. Like I want people to see this extra. And that's the part that stuck with me. Not the rejection itself, but the way she handled it. It just felt cold. I'm not gonna lie, I just wanted to walk up to her and go like,
Why did you do that? What was it all for? You choose to be nothing!
I don't know. So if you learned anything from this video, it's that life loves throwing curveballs. And Valentine's Day is definitely not always a bed of roses. But hey, rejection is just redirection. Better to find out who actually appreciates you than wasting your time chasing someone who doesn't. I spent $25 on a girl who didn't even like me. Ugh, that was trash. And for what it's worth, you'll find your Valentine. Eventually. With that being said, I appreciate you for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed, prosperous day. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Happy Valentine's Day. Ahmad out.